she deserves way better than him. They've had way too many arguments. This should be the honeymoon phase. We were like, I hope Danielle don't become the ghost, because she did have some really good like one-liners and stuff. I think she kind of just brushed over the whole bed part and was just concentrating on the fact that we held hands on the terrace, which I think is the least of her worries. Hi, I'm Tink and I'm playing Text on the Beach with Cosmo. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. I've got a text. Why did you apply for Love Island? So I didn't actually apply, I was approached. So I was approached at the end of January through Instagram. But after speaking to some of the casting, and I've been single for 2 years, the Birmingham boys weren't doing it. I thought, you know what, it's going to give an opportunity to meet people that I wouldn't have met otherwise. How did you feel when you learnt you were going into Casa Amor? So I kind of had an inkling that it was going to be Casa, just because I hadn't been flown out or heard anything for a few weeks. I took it as a compliment really, just because you've got to be the best of the best to go in at Casa. I was nervous, but then as soon as I saw all the other 5 girls and we clicked from the get-go, my nerves just turned into excitement. How long does it take to get ready for the evenings in the villa? Oh, this is a good one. It varies. So the first day, we only got given an hour and we'd all just jumped in the pool from winning raunchy races. So I'm submerged, dripping wet, and they're like, girls, you got an hour to get ready. I'm like, no. But then some other nights we get 2 hours, 3 hours. Yeah, it was very varied. Danielle appeared to be MIA during most of Casa Amor. What was she doing in the villa? Oh, I love Danielle. She's such an icon. Do you know what? She just stayed true to herself. She went in on the first day, spoke to everyone, but she wasn't actually fooling anyone, so she didn't want to force it or pretend. So she just sort of became everyone's best friend and gave the best advice to everybody. We were like, I hope Danielle don't become the ghost, because she did have some really good like one-liners and stuff, but yeah. She went in there, tried to speak to everyone. I think she got on with Ty the most, but she friend-zoned him in 10 seconds, literally. I walked over and he was like, Tink, you're not going to believe it. I've just been friend-zoned in 10 seconds. Knocked him down a peg or two, I think. Were you surprised when Montel recoupled with Leah? Well, I think my reaction at the recoupling speaks for itself. Yeah, I did think I'd still be in there, and that's not just me blowing my own trumpet. That was just from what I was going off from. I thought he was being genuine, but I've accepted it now. If he thought his connection was better with her, then that's on him. I'm not gonna hate him for it. I was just shocked and surprised in the moment. What did you mean when you said things weren't PG with you and Montel during the recoupling? I'm not going to dive into the details because me and Montel both know what happened. It's not as X-rated as everyone's making out, so I just want to clear that up. But it wasn't just, you know, cuddling or, you know, stuff that you'd, not PG. But he wants to play it down, but I know the truth. The only reason I said what I said was because I wanted Leah to have the full picture and be able to make the decision off herself, because I knew Montel wasn't going to be honest about it. Are you surprised about Abby and Scott getting to know each other? I am absolutely flabbergasted by this, because in there, Abby was just Mitch, like tunnel vision, had one chat, got off from the get-go. No, none of the other girls really even bothered speaking to him, because we just knew they were the male and female version of each other. I do think Scott's kind of like clutching at straws a little bit, because he wasn't really interested in Abby in there. He was interested in Gabby, if anything. He literally said, the only girl who could turn my head is Gabby, when we were in there. So it's just, I think he knows he's single, he knows he's vulnerable, and he's just trying to, stay in there, I think. Is there anything you wish you could have said to Montel that you didn't get a chance to? I just wish he was honest with me. I think he just led me down the garden path a little bit. Got my hopes up for no reason kind of thing, because I did think, I spent pretty much after the first day all my time with him. And I think if he was just more honest with me and what he was going to do, I would have respected that more than not being a coward, but shying away from it because he didn't want to hurt anyone's feelings. Are there any moments you wish had been aired? Oh, there's so many. Like, we had constant sun cream fights. We had, like, the girls, we would constantly be singing. I think obviously there's a lot of me and Montel that wasn't shown, so it looks like I've just gone a bit crazy off one conversation. We had a lot more conversations and spent a lot more time together than that. And then also just mine and Ty's friendship. Like, he's my little boy bestie in there that I'm rooting for, and none of that has been shown. We'd all get a little bit bored in the day when we'd be like, right, enough chat now, let's have a little bit of fun, and we'd just start chasing everyone round the garden, throwing sun cream at each other until we got told off. Did Leah get the full picture during movie night? Yeah, like I said, the main parts were shown. They're only shown a couple of conversations. We did spend a lot more time together than what was in movie night. I think she kind of just brushed over the whole bed part and was just concentrating on the fact that we held hands on the terrace, which I think is the least of her worries. But I think it gives her the full picture, but I think her mind was already made up that she was going to forgive him anyway, so I don't think it would have changed her mind. Who do you think are the most and least compatible couples in the villa? So I would say the most compatible is Catherine and Ellum. They just seem on the same wavelength, very chilled, and just don't really want any drama, but to just be with each other. And then the least compatible, they're not actually in a couple at the minute, but I would say Sammy and Jess. I just think she deserves way better than him. They've had way too many arguments. This should be the honeymoon phase. I just think they need to call it quits, to be honest. Do you think Sammy's feelings for Jess are genuine? I do think he likes her, but I don't think he likes her enough. I think, you know, he's got to know like a lot of people in there. I do think if Mel was still in there, he'd still be with her, because I think he was more, like, Jess is a beautiful girl, don't get me wrong, but I do think he was more attracted to Mel. But that's just my personal opinion. Do you think anyone's head could still be turned? Yeah, Sammy, he's just so messy. Literally any girl that walks in, his eyes are like, he's looking at Jess, but one eye's looking backwards. Who would you like to see win the show? I think, yeah, I've said a couple of times, I'm rooting for Molly and Zach. I think they're the most genuine. It is Love Island. You should be going in there for love and nothing else, and that is what they've got. What's next for you? I have no idea at the moment. My goal is to get into charity work. Just things, personal reasons for me. I'm going to try and just do as much as I can to get down that route. I want to try and open in my local area a group where men can come and speak if they're struggling, because that's what's close to me. So that's what I want to try and work towards. But in terms of short term, I have no idea. Holidays, live life, have fun, take it all in. Thanks for watching. See you later.